What's up, everybody? What's going on?
We are inside Kobe's Innovation Lab.
There we are.
Yeah, and we're going to start with kind of a retrospective of your career. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
We'll read some messages while they come, but hold on. Let's start with the pictures on the wall. And can we stop at this one right here? That first one, where it all began? This kid right here, the kid at the Lakers.
I was 17 years old.
What do you remember about that day?
I remember my mom and dad had to sign the contracts. I wasn't old enough to actually sign it by myself. So, yeah.
And do you remember that, Vlade Divac, people loved him here in LA.
Yeah.
So, do you remember that sentiment? People were like, why are we gambling on this kid?
Yeah, I remember the story that I remember the most is actually the Clippers saying that they weren't going to draft me because they wanted Los Angeles to take them seriously. Like, no kidding. They said if we drafted a 17-year-old kid, I don't think they would, they would think we're taking this turnaround seriously. That's something that's always stuck with me.
Were you scared at all?
I was excited. I was ready to go, man. Like, dude, the Lakers was like my #1 team growing up.
Right.
It's exciting to me.
All right. As we go, let's read a couple messages. But we walk through and there's all pictures from your career. But like, somebody said the shoe is so nice. They love the shoe.
Thank you.
Holler out, Kobe. You're my favorite. Kobe, I love you.
I appreciate it.
Not love. Can I tell you something? Can I stop at my favorite picture? It's down here. It's this one with you with the trophy. Let me get there.
That is pure bliss right there.
Remember that moment?
Yeah.
You with the trophy?
Yeah.
It was really cool. That's Kobe right there with the trophy.
That's living out a lifelong dream right there.
Yeah.
That's the first championship we won.
Yeah.
You can tell my afro. I never combed my afro, so that's why I couldn't even put my hat all the way down. I mean, that was
a crazy moment. You guys actually, the NBA had banned us from doing interviews, and you busted in. You and Shaq busted in and loved us up when I was on Fox Sports. All right, I want to stop at this one because this is a great one. If you know anything about Kobe Bryant, this is looking out of Jeannie Buss's office down onto the practice court, but it shows the dedication, the time you put in.
Yeah.
What do you remember?
This is the year we won I think it was the year we beat the Celtics, because as you see, I had the cast on my finger. So I did the practice really early after I broke it to figure out how to play with the darn cast on my finger. So I would get there early to figure out how to dribble the ball, how to hold the ball, how to shoot the ball.
So that's how you hit all those crazy shots.
So I had to figure it out. I mean, that was a big, thick cast I had on that finger, so I had to figure out how to shoot differently.
It also shows the dedication, the hours that you were willing to put in. I remember one night at a dinner, you said this kid asked you, he wanted to come work out with you, and you told him at 4 o'clock. Be at the gym at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And he showed up at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
What time was he supposed to be?
It was the other one. It was 8 a.m. Yeah.
4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
It starts at 4 a.m., right?
Yeah, you get more work done if you start early.
There you go. All right, and then this to all basketball fans in LA, I think, and around the world, if you love the Lakers and if you love basketball, that means everything right there. What do you think about when you see that picture?
This is why we play. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of playing for your franchise, is to lead your franchise to win championships. I mean, that is it.
Now you go back and you look at that 17-year-old. Did he understand where he was going?
Well, I mean, he had dreams of getting there, but it's one thing to have dreams, it's another thing to actually be fortunate enough to actually have those dreams come true. Man, it's just been ridiculously blessed with that.
Now that you look back at the end of this thing, at the end of this ride, what does it mean to you to have done all this? Like, can you put it, before you always were focused on the next thing.
Yeah.
Now, can you look back and enjoy these moments?
I can. Honestly, I just feel very fortunate because there's been so many players in the league that have had so much talent but haven't had the right team assembled around them to win.
Right.
And so, that could just as easily have been me. I've just been very fortunate to be with a great organization where I didn't have an issue. I had teams that could contend and win championships. So I've just been very fortunate.
Can I ask you a question? What makes you work so hard? Why do you get,
I love it. I love playing.
No, I know you love playing, but I'm saying you go in.
Yeah, but to me, that's where it all starts. Like, if you love what you do, you want to do it as much as you can for as long as you can. You know what I mean? It's just that simple to me. It's not really work. It's just, this is what I enjoy doing.
It's funny you say if you love what you do, because very few players, and this might be the only one, I don't want to disrespect anybody, but very few players have put as much care into the product.
Right.
I remember this when this first one came out, the Kobe 1.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying you were going to work with Nike for innovation, and I remember thinking, blah, 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 blah. Here comes another player who says they're going to work with, a company. They're not going to.
Yeah.
Do you remember the shoe, and what do you love about this
shoe? I enjoyed the design process. I enjoyed the storytelling aspect to it. And this shoe was our first signature shoe that we did. And it was important that we had, I don't know if you get that close.
Here, I'm going to get close.
But if you look at the shoe, it seems as if it's hand-stitched, right? And that's symbolic because at that time in my career, I was kind of journeying off on my own and playing without Shaq and so forth, and I felt like I was building my career anew. And I wanted the shoe to represent that, where you're building something with your own hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no technology element to it. It's like you're literally stitching it back together, right? So it's all those little stories that we have in the product that makes it personal.
That was a great shoe, and it was a good start.
Thank you.
But like you said you're going to work with Nike, you're going to make an innovation. Everybody's like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this thing. Yeah. This was the game changer down here. Yeah. The Kobe 4, and this is by far my favorite shoe.
Thank you.
But it was ridiculous. You all of a sudden decide you're going to play with a low shoe, and everybody's like, is he crazy?
Yeah. But it made sense, though. I mean, if you think about it, there's so many players, so many elite athletes, particularly in soccer, that play with low shoes, right, man? Right. They put more torque in their ankles than we do as basketball players. So it made sense to me for my ankle to be able to move freely in space. I remember actually having to go and pitch the shoe in because a lot of the buyers didn't really understand having a low shoe. It's like, well, it doesn't make any sense. Nobody's going to buy this shoe. Nobody's going to play. So I really had to fight for this idea.
There was also the technology, the fly wire and all that stuff that made it light.
Yes, we did a lot of revolutionary things with the shoe, particularly with the fly wire in terms of making sure the shoe is as light as possible, but also giving it a lot of strength, which was hard to do. It's hard to accomplish both things. Yeah. Normally you have a shoe that's light, but you compromise in strength and durability. This was the beginning of being able to create a marriage between those two things.
Yeah, by the way, my selfie stick skills are on fire right now.
I don't know how you're doing that.
I'm working this selfie stick. Shout some folks out. Yeah, right there. Yeah, lots of folks.
This is pretty sweet.
I love that. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go to the 5 and the 6 real quick. And this was the first time that there's one sole. I remember this, the upper. There's one piece because you said it was the quickness and the movement, right?
Well, you always want to try to minimize as much as possible, and you want to streamline as much as possible, and you want to cut out unnecessary fabrics, or unnecessary innovation. Right? You want to be able to have something that's extremely simplistic. And what it did for me, I was always kept driving the team to make the shoe as light as possible and as stable as possible. And this was the first one that we created that had one single upper.
By the way, it rained at the Golden Globes. I rocked this to the Golden Globes.
That's what's up. That made a lot of people uncomfortable. They say it looks too much like a snake. Well, we got to dumb it down a little bit. It looks too much. Nah, we're going to do it around.
It's a great shoe. But by the way, these are the two shoes where you really saw guys in that league start to wear your shoes. I remember Raja Bell, after he tried to choke you, he was wearing your shoe when he tried to choke you.
Isn't that great?
It was great.
It was great.
I was like, Raja, you're wearing your shoe and you're trying to...
That means you feel like you're doing something right, like you're innovating the right way. If other players feel like they want to wear it, that's really important to me, that they feel like they can perform at their best with it. So.
They did. All right. Then we have the 7, the 8, but this is what you call this your masterpiece.
Yeah.
Now, why'd you call it your masterpiece?
This was a very challenging shoe. It was the first basketball shoe that was ever created with flying technology.
Yep.
And which was a challenge for us because normally flying was only restricted to running, not restricted, but it was only in running. It was a very one-dimensional sport. Basketball is so dynamic. We had to figure out how to create such strength with the flying and technology, and not lose anything in the performance. It was tough. It was very challenging to create it.
But also, this is a key shoe because you're coming back from the injury.
Yeah, I'm coming back from the injury, so we actually put some subtle touches. You see, look on the back, it actually looks like there's a scar, stitches on the back portion of the shoe, and I also went high.
Yeah.
Also went high because the business was normally a low business. That's kind of what I was known for.
Right.
But I've always said, we'll go back to high if we can make the high play like a low. And this was the beginning of that evolution.
Yeah. Then the 10s, which give you back to the low feel, and those 4 stitches.
Yeah, the 4 stitches, man. That's I got 4 feet of stitch inside of this Achilles. So that's what that represents.
That's crazy. All right, so now here we come, and let's go over into your innovation lab.
Sure.
This was what Kobe Bryant's Innovation Lab would look like. Tell me about some of the prompts in here that would be part of like. You know.
So let's see. Come over here. Take a look at the flyer that we have sitting here in the jar, right? So this is a great opportunity for people to actually take a look at the fabric that creates the shoe, and take a look at some of the innovations that we have in there that help create some of the products that we have on the wall. But this is like a laboratory of complete sneaker design innovation geekdom.
No, it's correct. But here's the thing: you love to work with the designers, and like they understand you. You guys go on vacation, especially you and Eric Avar.
Yeah.
You have a close relationship, and that makes a difference, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's funny when you find people that you actually speak the same language with, and you have a passion for the same thing, and you wind up creating great things. And we just have a great relationship, and we believe in just pushing boundaries, man, and creating things that help athletes be better. I mean, that's the whole key.
Yeah, but not everybody's that focused on it. Like
we enjoy it. You know what I mean? I love doing it, so it's not. It's fun.
Yeah, I hear you. By the way, let me ask you about this. Do you want to go to the Olympics? Do you want to play for the Olympic team? Because everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's not something that I'm like, completely adamant about. See how my body feels and see if they want to have me running around out there. And that's the case. And,
it'd be special. It would be special.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm an international kid, so growing up in Italy and then kind of being able to finish my career out on an international stage would be very special for sure.
Yeah. By the way, you can have red, white, and blue copies of this shoe. And let's talk about, let's unveil the magic of the 11.
Yeah.
Show it off. Go ahead and show it off.
Go.
Now, I want to tell you something. When I saw this, the first thing I thought was, this is the soccer shoe.
Right.
Like, it looks like someone could wear it on turf and play soccer.
Well, we continue to progress. Right? We're always going to continue to evolve and continue to marry technologies, right? So now we've evolved the Flyknit, we've beefed up the Flyknit, we've made it more durable, we've made it stronger. Yeah. We also have the Zoom technology in there. We actually have some free technology that's in there as well. So as kind of we evolve, we're starting to see us trying to merge some of the greatest technologies that we've created over at Nike, and putting them into a single product.
And that's what when you talk about the Zoom and the...
I thought this was a cool feature too, because you actually get a chance to see through it, right? You actually get a chance to see the technology that's underneath it, which I think is pretty awesome.
You always have little secrets in your shoe. What about this back here? You have Achilles on the back of your shoe. Yeah,
we like hiding little stories like Easter eggs in our product. You know what I mean? Because I think it makes the product special and also makes it very personal.
A shot of Achilles.
If anybody out there is a reader or fan of Greek mythology like I am. And also, the transparency on the bottom is actually very important too. It did a little bit in the last year, but also now, because as I kind of come to a close of my career, I think it's important for me as an athlete to really be transparent, to be open, and to be engaging, and share some of my thoughts, some of the things that I've learned, be a little bit more open than I've been in the past. Hence the Periscope. It's social media. That's fine.
Yeah, it is. By the way, got a couple questions from Twitter.
Yeah.
May I ask you real quick? Okay. This one is coming from Matt Percy 15. What was the main thing you were trying to improve after the 10? Because you called the 9 your masterpiece. The 10 built on the masterpiece.
Sure.
This is...
Well, we wanted to evolve the 10. So, normally, if you kind of follow the arc of the products that we created, when we create something that we feel like is very revolutionary, we don't automatically go and shift to something else that we believe is revolutionary. We try to improve upon what we just created. So, the 11 is an improvement, we believe, on the 10. The flying of the 10, what we were able to do with the free and the Zoom airbag that we have. So it's really an improvement on the 10. And then we'll continue to evolve from there.
All right. How about this one from Baby Lamb Chop 6? What past model feels most similar to the 11?
What past model feels most similar to the 11? That's really, I think that's tough to call, because you see, as we went through the wall, the progression of the shoes, you actually see a combination of a lot of them within the shoe. You see some of the 4. You'll see some of the 2 actually, with some of the experiences that I had in the 2 and the free technology in the 4. You actually see some of the 10, obviously. So we've kind of bridge the gap between a lot of them. So it's tough to say that one shoe in particular represents the feel of it. You're just taking the best from most of them and kind of put them in the shell of the flower.
You know what's interesting is I want you to notice that these are hearts, so that's people giving you love, right, along with the messages there on Periscope, just so you know.
No, that's sweet. No, I'm familiar with Periscope. I just haven't quite used it yet, but I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, lots of folks on there saying hello. Yeah. All right, so you have a special surprise for folks around the world, don't you?
Yeah.
So I want everyone to stay tuned because on 12/22, Kobe is going to hide 20 pairs of these 11s around the world in special places, and he signed them.
Yes.
So explain, will there be
hints,
secrets?
There will be hints. There will be questions that he poses clues. Some of the questions will be kind of standard stuff. Growing up questions, things like that. Other ones will be centered around innovation. So it's important for them to really understand the product as well. But yeah, we'll hide them, and hopefully people will kind of join in the scavenger hunt.
And by the way, 20 cities around the world, so not just in the U.S., around the world, correct?
Yeah.
And if they get them, they find them. All right.
They're signed. I just signed them 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I watched you. Here's the thing. We've walked through here, and you see that 20-year career. You look at the shoes you built. At this moment, as we near the end, how do you feel about it? I mean, how are you processing all this? How do you feel about saying goodbye to something that has been your life's work?
Very proud of what we've created, and looking forward to innovate some more and continue to push and create products that help athletes be better. I feel very proud of the work that we've created this far.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, everybody out there on Periscope, thanks for joining us. Kobe's hiding the shoes. he's got to run down to go hide these shoes, right? This guy has work to do. But Kobe, thanks so much, man.
No, I appreciate it.
It's always been a pleasure since the first one.
Yes, indeed.
Back in the day. All right. See you later, Periscope.